What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, Comics Advice. Today, man, we're going over Predator vs. Spider-Man, issue number 1. Let's get into it. So we start off, we're in New York City, it's hot. People just want some water, but they're charging $4 for ice cold water. I'm like, whew, man, New York's already expensive, but $4 for ice cold water, that's a little bit of money. Next page we look at, all right, we got something, some might call it Predator with a detective next to it. I'm like, okay. Is this Predator versus Spider-Man? Is this where we kick it off? All right. So kicks off where you got the little homicide guy saying, "You ever see anything like this, Detective LaPearl?" She's like, "Nope, nothing." Right, and she bites her eyes because it's cold out. Right. And when he says, "Have you seen anything like this?" What is he talking about? He's talking about this right here. You got somebody hanging upside down. She's like, "This wasn't a robbery, but something was stolen. Everybody's missing a piece: a mouth, a jaw, a rib, a finger." Hmm? What do you think that means? Wish I knew. This Skinner is some kind of sick trophy hunter. I'm like, dang. All right, that's some vicious stuff. A finger, a jaw, like taking a little bit of everything on that body. But the key part I missed in all this, so that panel, right, where they're seeing the person kind of hung upside down, she thinks she's talking to one of her own. Instead, that looks to be Peter Parker, and he dips. All right, and Peter calls Mr. Jameson's like, "I got something for you." And he's like, "I need something. Don't send me any happy dog races, something like that. I want bad news. I want fear. Fear gets clicks and gets ad revenue." Okay, I see where he's coming from. So Spidey goes, "How about a mass shooter?" All right. And Jameson goes, "Do you have photos? You better have photos." He's like, "I'll be there in 5 minutes. Traffic light, I'm on the way." But whenever Spidey says he's going to be somewhere in 5, 10 minutes, it's most likely going to be 15, 20, because something's always going to come up. And this time, all right, you got little robbers stealing some money. They jump into the van. Spidey's like, "Okay, easy, easy, apprehend them, tie them up, wait till the cops get there." What he didn't account for or anticipate was kids playing in the street. So here comes the van. All right, as you're going to see right there, you got kids playing in the street. Is Spidey going to try and stop the van and risk the kids, or basically save the kids and potentially let the robbers get away? We both know what Spidey's going to do. So he's going to save the kids, right, from playing in the street. Okay, so the robbers, everything looks to be fine and dandy for them until something was lurking in the shadows. And I'm guessing that's the Predator, because as you're going to see at the bottom of the panel, somebody got. So there looks to be one guy left from that little robber crew. And he's like, what is this? You want to cut out this? Let's work something out. And as you can see, man, the artwork, I mean, it basically tells you the story. That dude's done. So as you can see, man, the Predator obviously got the robbers. And then on the next panel, you see the Predator essentially wearing a piece of every body that he has captured. And Spidey's like, "Okay, back to the baddies." But little does he know, it's too late. The baddies have already been taken care of. He talks to Jameson's like, "Okay, we're dealing with a serial killer." So right away, I think we're about midway through, give or take. This issue is so much better than the current Amazing Spider-Man run. Is you're actually getting a taste of what's happening, right? It's consistent. It's building up suspense. I like this issue so far. So then we go to Mary Jane. All right, she's riding the bus, and the power goes out, so now she's stuck underground, no power. She's trying to help somebody out. They're a little claustrophobic, and they think they see somebody. Well, the person they see is that right there. I'm like, oh boy, okay. Is this where Spider-Man and Predator potentially fight each other? But remember, Spider-Man, he's still kind of caught off guard by the bad guys all hung upside down. So then we go back to Jameson, and he's talking about, okay, what are we going to do? All right, I want this article up on the website and social media pronto. They're like, "Power's down, I've got no coverage, there's nothing we can do." All right, so they're like, "Okay, let's fire up the old printing machine. We can actually sell papers." I'm like, sell papers? I don't know if that makes sense, but there's potentially a serial killer on the loose. Everyone's outside anyway trying to get water. Hey, when people are dehydrated and everything else, fear goes up, right? Because they're not thinking straight at all. So next thing you know, now they're trying to push out the Daily Bugle. They're like, "Hey, if you wanna if you wanna protect yourself and find out more about the serial killer and what he's about, So essentially, he does that, makes a little bit of money until that detective shows up. Right? He's like, "This isn't a library. You know, you got to pay me $20." And she sees photo credit Peter Parker. So she proceeds to kind of give Jamison the speech. You can't take photos of a crime scene without the permission of the victims or the police. And he's like, "Screw off. I'm protected by the fourth estate." She's like, "You want to try me? I want to bring in Parker for questioning now or I'll arrest you." She's like, "Where is he?" Spidey's gone, right? So he kind of left Jamison by himself, but I don't blame him. So with all that going on, he proceeds to go, go check on MJ, see how she's doing. But remember, she's stuck in the transit below. And then the only thing you see right there is the book she was reading with a bloody hand. Now, we don't know if that's hers or not, but that's all you see. Then we go back to people kind of selling the books, and you got a guy saying, "Thank you for reading the Bugle, have a good night." And a couple guys lurking in the distance, like, I wonder how much cash he's got, right? So he keeps kind of selling these books. He's like, "There's a predator on the loose. Don't be among the hunted," which is going to come into play later on, right? Read all about it, right? And these guys are like, "Okay, old man, we'll take care of him. How about let's unload those pockets, man?" And the next thing you know, something pierces this guy's hand, right? So he's kind of trying to jump him. See right there, something's going to pierce his hand right there. I'm like, okay, Predator once again strikes. Except you see right here, this isn't the Predator, right? I mean, my fault, right here. Not the Predator. We'll find out in a second. But like, what the hell is that? Smoke him. Once again, somebody else gets rocked, all right? And this guy's like, "You shouldn't be out here. You're not strong enough. This city can be a dangerous place, especially in the dark." And look who it is. The hunter himself. All right, he's like, "But before you run back to your little nest, all right, you little mouse, and you should run, what was it you were saying about this predator?" All right, Predator versus Spider-Man. So Craven makes an appearance at the very end. This is why I like this really run issue better than the Amazing Spider-Man, because at the very end you thought it was Predator again, going after kind of bad guys, but Craven shows up. Craven's potentially going to hunt the Predator, but where does kind of Spidey lay with all this? It's going to be interesting. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Stay tuned. More comics coming soon. Comics Devices out. Peace.